Hi, family. Hi, family. This is Dr. Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy. And I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the sacred art of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. This video is a video about awareness, right? Oftentimes, especially with social media, we forget the level of influence that has been given to us freely, right? And so when you start tapping into that level of free will with doing videos, with making posts, with sharing, you're placed in a position of significant influence, significant beyond measure. I oftentimes will have someone call me or text me or DM me and they'll go, I've been watching you for a very long time, or I've seen your growth and you've inspired me to do A, B, and C, or the reason I am a practicing therapist on this side of the world is because of your videos. Like, there are so many more examples I could give you of influence I didn't think I had as a young practitioner back in the day. I'm very aware of it now, especially in the last 10 years. I've been very aware of how I share and what I share. And everything that I share is intentional and has an intentional piece behind it. Not peace, but peace behind it, right? Grace behind it. Sometimes that will show up as a teaching moment. Like me telling you about, like if you want to fast, for a couple of days to, give your digestive system a break. This is what you do. Teaching that, okay, fine, yes, etc. But sometimes it also comes in me showing you the not so good side of business, or I don't want to say not so good side. The side that's not seen often, which is frustration as a business owner. On many levels. It could be financial, it could be communication. And for me, it's always communication. For me, it is communication. And one thing that I am a stickler for is clear communication. Confusion and I do not get along at all because it's not necessary. Confusion in 2025 on any level is not necessary at all. It's not necessary. And oftentimes I will have an invitation. I'm going to say it very nicely. An invitation to communicate with someone who is dead set on staying in the chaos of it all and in the confusion of it all. For me, the confusion is just not necessary. So sometimes that may show up with me demonstrating in a video what that looks like. And I have to say that people are triggered. But people are triggered when I post a joyous post. But people are triggered when I post just a still picture and then they're left to come up with what they think is happening. So what am I trying to say? I am trying to say that it doesn't matter what you do, you will always trigger something, someone, somebody, a group of people, etc., etc. So because you have this awareness, because you have this knowing now, it will behoove you to share words of intention versus, Be intentional about the space that you take up. Be intentional on how you want to affect people. Yeah. I don't think we spend enough time. Well, we don't spend enough time checking in on how we affect other people because most people are hurt. Most people are hurting. Most people are suffering. Most people are hungry. Most people don't have their needs met. So I understand what's happening. I'm not going to say I don't. I completely understand what's happening. But that doesn't mean that you have to be calloused and hard as you move through. Because at some point in time, we are all moving into something or coming out of something, or we are supporting someone who is also going in and coming out of something. So again, it's a lovely choice. Yeah. It's so interesting when you slow down and you become aware of the words that you choose to share with others and how that vibration really penetrates people's heart spaces. One thing that's a very heated response that I get, especially right now, because I am a Black woman, is that when I put boundaries down, people buck. They buck. For some reason, and this is my experience, I don't know if other Black women are experiencing it, but my experience when I set boundaries, healthy boundaries, for instance, just reaching out to me during regular business hours, for some strange reason, people feel like I should not have the audacity to say that. I have had people tell me that I should be on call 24/7. I have had people tell me, I don't care nothing about your hours. I'm going to call you whenever. I've had clients tell me this, like completely just dismissive. It is the wildest thing ever. The wildest thing ever. That could make someone very callous, but again, it's a choice to be soft but stern. There will be moments where you share heated. There will be moments when you will be softer. But at each moment when I share, at least I am extremely aware of what I say and how I say it. And it is very appropriate for the time and space that I am speaking. How many people can say that with clarity? Like, no, what I said was appropriate. I know exactly what I said, and I meant everything I said, and I stand behind everything I said. Like, how many people actually speak with that level of conviction? I know when I stand in that space, it fucks people up sometimes. People are like, who are you to have so much, like, authority in this? What do you mean, who am I? What the hell? It's like that. Like, what? So at all levels, shift it up. Make it a game. Every word that comes out of your mouth becomes an intentional prayer. Every word that comes out of your mouth becomes a sacred atonement, affirmation. What if you thought of yourself in that manner, that every time you spoke, it was an affirmation over that person? Even when you're cussing the person out, you can still do it in a very sacred, honored way. I do it all the time. all the time. But I do it. You know, sometimes the situation requires more colorful words that people understand clearly. Sometimes you just got to go there. Sometimes you got to elevate it to the point where they have no idea what's happening. And they're so confused. They're like, I don't know, you cussed me out or you kissed me. As you should. As you should. And as you were. Keep it going. That's how you want to master this game called life. Because I tell you something. It's real out here. It is real. People are listening to instructions from individuals that mean great harm and individuals that have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. And then individuals that are out here that are actually knowledgeable and are helping the collective. We are present. We might not be as loud as the entertainment, but we are present. So with that being said, go off and be intentional. Be intentional with what you eat. Be intentional with what you put on your face. Be intentional with how you do your hair. Be intentional with the jewelry you wear, the color of your nails. Yeah. Be present. Be intentional with how you move your body through the world. Have you ever paid attention to how you sit down in a chair? I was with my sister the other day, and we were somewhere we shouldn't have been because we were spending money we didn't have, and da-ba-da-ba-da. Anyway, we still had a lot of fun, though. I don't remember where we were, but I remember looking across the way, and there were we were in the mall. That's what we were doing. And there were some chairs sitting in the middle of the mall, and people were getting up and down, up and out the chairs, and everybody just plopped into the chair. So then I started really looking like, well, what's wrong with everybody? Everybody was like walking around with a limp. It was like the weirdest shit ever. Nobody stood upright. Nobody had like awareness of their space or their body. So then I started looking at myself like, well, how am I holding myself together? What am I looking like out here in the world? It was crazy when I just started paying attention. I was like, everybody looked like a bunch of zombies. That's a whole nother video. I'm going to end with this. You matter. Somebody is watching you right now with high regard and reverence for what you stand for. Act like you know that. All right, loves. Go out and be magical.